Yes, sir, and turn your, pull it up to the top.
There we go.
There we go, great.
Not being bashful, let me just get started if I could. I'm Pat Hays, Mayor of North Little Rock, and I guess we're talking about Senate districts, and I know that I think I sent a letter not too long ago, and we're good friends of Sherwood, Jacksonville, and I don't know if at least I've understood that that Senate District 31 is one that we're particularly interested in. I know that we've got several Senate districts, but one that's principally composed of North Little Rock. I think there's one that comes over from Little Rock that's perhaps a minority on the side in terms of our city. And I just wanted to say that a couple things. One is that looking at your points of we'll say consideration, geography, continuity of interest, neighborhoods. District 31, and I know in the area where I lived, I had understood that prior to the last redistricting that it was going to be perhaps in District 31, and that's just a little bit of a nose up on and into Park Hill. So I would at least like to go on record and following along with some of the points that you made, and ask that Cherry Hill area that's just north of which is basically the Park Hill area, that we consider putting that in 31, and then the district, as we look going north, that Sherwood and Jacksonville are certainly something that we would be very comfortable with if those cities felt the same way, and I understand they may very well.
And so this portion right in here, I think, is Cherry Hill, Park Hill.
Yeah, just whatever's Park Hill, that is now not in that Senate district. It's a neighborhood I know that I grew up in. It's a fairly contiguous neighborhood: Cherry Hill, Park Hill, going on north to Indian Hills, and then over into the Lakewood area. So there's a real continuity of interest with that. With those neighborhoods in terms of both geography and general reflection of the kind of we'll say breaking together of the neighborhoods that have the various neighborhood associations and have that kind of an affiliation. So if I could just underline that, and I don't, well, it's not time to say anything about the House districts yet, is it?
You can if you want, but I do intend to come back to the House districts. But
all right, well, let me just real quick. We like the House districts like they are. I haven't heard any real criticism from our neighbors, and so just go on record and say we like the way they are. So that takes care of me then.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
The Central Arkansas, this is the May 4 map that I drew, and it's up here for no other reason than it's just a discussion point. This one I'm familiar with. I'll come to you in just a second.